Hi friends, welcome back to Coffee and Cocktails. On this channel, I like to talk about budgeting, personal finance, planning, and productivity. I'm working to pay off debt, invest wisely for my future, and put myself in a better financial position. If that sounds like content you'd like, please subscribe and let's get into today's unstuffing video. Well, hi friends, welcome back. It's January and it is unstuffing day. I am unstuffing for expenses from December and I think part of November is in here. But basically what I did is I track all my spending on my card on like a weekly or daily basis, just depending on my time. So if I buy anything online or if I need to use my debit card or my credit card while I'm out shopping, I just track all of that. And then I come in and unstuff anything I need from my cash envelopes. And that's just because sometimes I don't have the envelope I need with me, or like if I'm buying it online, I obviously can't use cash. So I end up having to unstuff cash from my binders. And so that's basically what an unstuffing is. I didn't get a chance to do it in December at all because I was just busy with moving and other things. And I usually like to do it at least twice a month. However, this is almost 2 months worth. So what I did is instead of going through all the transactions, I just went through and I added it up by category. So these are all the categories we're taking cash out of. And I figured out the total amount that I spent. And then I just put here the amount that we're going to take out in cash. So I will round either up or down depending on the amount. So for example, consumables here, it was $147.46. I'm taking out $147 because I don't want to deal with change. And then that extra change goes into what I call the honey pot, which is basically like a virtual coin jar that I just keep on track of on my computer. And that's just basically part of my buffer in my checking account. So it's sitting in my account. That way I know, how much is in it, but it then helps to soften the, or it helps to add up to the buffer for my spending. So it just stays in there and I can, take from it or add to it depending on the variances. So I think that's the main points to explain. So I'm going to go through and unstuff these different these different categories. And then when we're done, whatever's left, we will do a quick condensing with the money that's left. I honestly don't think there's going to be a lot left because I think I spent a lot of money. I should add this up and see how much it's going to be, but I'll see at the end. I do have some cash to start out with just in case we need any change. So I've got 200, 220, 230, 235, 240 to start out with. And that way I just have a little bit of change as needed. So I say 240. Yes. So let me just make a note down here. So then we for sure have to have that amount going back to the bank when we get done. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start out with consumables, which is taking out $147, which is in my variable expenses binder. All right, so consumables, I think this is the wrong binder. Well, let's see, anything in this binder I can start out with while we have it. Annual subs. So we're taking out $144 in annual subscriptions. Let's see if we've got change. We do. So I'm going to take a $100 placeholder. What's at 44? We'll do 40, 1, 2, 3, and 44. So 100. 1, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's make this up actually. $100 placeholder. So that placeholder represents money that is in my high yield savings account. So basically what I will do is I will just transfer that money over from my high yield savings. Let me write it down on a Post-it. All right, so I'm just gonna make note here. Annual subs. So I will transfer 100 from my high yield savings account back to my checking just to cover the expenses. So I did already pay all these items, like annual subscriptions. This was one of my credit card fees and I think my Costco membership. And so that comes out on my card, like my credit card automatically. Ooh, that is probably too light. Let me grab a different highlighter. There we go, that's better. Once I kick it out, I like to highlight it just because I like to see it all done and highlighted. Okay, so today is January 19th. So we took out 144. So I've got a calculator here. Let's see, 905 minus 144. So we should be left with 761. So let's make sure. So 5, 6, 50, 70, 90, 710, 730, 50, 60, 61. So that is correct. 761 is what is left in annual subscriptions. All right. Let's see what else is in here. Car maintenance, car insurance I haven't paid yet. Car registration's not due. Work trips, nothing yet. I think that might be it from this binder. Yeah, okay. So that's it from this binder. So now we'll go into variable expenses like I meant to do before. All right, so consumables, we're taking out 147. At least now we have some change from that. So let's do 150. All right, this should be 150. Just make sure. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 150. Move all these up. I maybe didn't need the extra cash to start out with, but that's all right. So 150, then we're gonna give ourselves $3 back. 1, 2, 3. So on my little tracker here, minus 147. So 161 minus the 147 should leave us with 14, which I think it does. Yep, that's correct. So $14 left in consumables. Part of that was correcting an error that I made in a cash unstuffing previously where like my calculator, I think I accidentally cleared it or something when I was doing the math. And so there was a little bit that did not get unstuffed at that time. So we're just unstuffing it now. All right, I do have a coffee over here on the side. I went to Starbucks and I used 100 points and you can get, they have a Trenta, which is 30 ounces and it's still 100 points for like an iced coffee. And then I just add different things into it. So I'd actually gotten that yesterday and I only drank half of it. And so I have the rest to use today, which is great. All right, durables. Household durables, I'm taking out $391. This was mostly for organizing supplies for my new house because I love like the home edit. I love the Container Store, all that kind of stuff. And I went a little crazy with buying some organization. So $391, and I have some on the way from Amazon, so there's gonna be some more. I don't have 4 ones. We might have to come back to that. We don't have enough ones for change right now. All right, clothing. We're taking $14 out of clothing. Perfect, so we'll take 15 and give ourselves 1 back. Where's the tracker? Ah, I just wrote on myself. 119 minus 14. So that should leave us with 22. So $22. So it feels like it looks dark, but it's 1:30 in the afternoon. I think it's just because my office is on the eastern side of my house, and so it gets morning sunlight. So right now it seems like it's like evening, but it's really only the afternoon. Just feels a lot later than it is and darker. All right, so clothing, we took out 14, perfect. Spent $13.94. I don't remember what it was that I bought, but something. All right, what else we have in here? Fun money, we're taking $8 out of fun. I purchased a new book on my Kindle. That was $8.21, 6, 7, 8. That's what we're taking out. It was Ekatar book 5, and I actually haven't read it, but I started reading it on a flight, but I have not finished it. So that's fine because I've got quite a few flying hours coming up. So that should leave us with 31, which is correct. For fun. All right. That. Oopsies. All right. Entertainment, nothing there. Hobbies, nothing there. Makeup and skincare, I think. $8 coming out of makeup and skincare. I bought some lip balm at Trader Joe's. So we're gonna take out 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do that. Minus 8. So that should leave us with 42. Which is correct. It does. I think now we have enough ones. We can probably go back and do the durables when we're done here. Makeup and skincare. All right, self-care. Take out 28. I bought myself some flowers. How am I gonna do this? 27. I could do the 50. And give myself 22. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So we'll take the 50. Give back 22. So yeah, so I bought myself some flowers at Trader Joe's. I love getting their flowers because it's such a good price. And what else did I buy? I think there was something else. 28. So we should have 49 left. Let's see, 28, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Yep, correct. What else did I buy? Flowers. I think, oh, you know what? It was some jewelry. That's what it was. I wanted a new ring and a couple bracelets. I got some on Amazon, so they were pretty cheap. I just wanted some. It made me happy, so I consider that self-care. All right, gifts, we're going to take out 30, which we've got exactly 30 here. Well, 31, but I'm going to take out 30. That's 30, which leaves us 1. All right, easy enough. Okay, perfect. Stationery. This is the one we gotta take a lot out of. I purchased my planner inserts for 2026, and that came to $88.65. So we're gonna take out 89. So let's do 90, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Give ourselves a $1 bill back. So yeah, so I purchased those from Infinite Lotus. This was the second year I've purchased from there. And I love their planner inserts. So they already came in the mail. So I've started using them already. I think I ordered it so late. I ordered it like end of December. I just was so busy. So 36 left. But yeah, they came pretty quick, which was good. So I started out, I think the first week of January. So not too bad. Not too late. Alrighty. So that's that. Let's go back to durables. Now that we've got some ones. Hopefully we have any. I don't think we do. I need one more one and I used it. Alright, we'll come back to durables. That's fine. I'm sure we'll have some more ones. Alright, I'm gonna go to my wallet. So while I was moving, I didn't always carry my wallet with me because I just didn't have like my big purse. I just, you know, was kind of trying to be minimal and keep as much packed. So I did use my card quite a bit. So groceries, we're taking out $2.40. I did like a grocery stock up once I got moved in. So $2.40, I guess $2.50. So $1.50, $2.50. I'll put 10 back. Right, so $2.40 minus $2.40. So that should leave us with $80, which it does, so perfect. $80 off in groceries. So yeah, I went to Sam's Club, I went to Costco. I think that's pretty much it. There's a Costco about a half mile to my south, and then a Sam's Club about a half mile to my north. So they're both like right nearby, which is nice, but then I go to both. All right, dining out, we are taking out $63. Let's see, 60, actually let's do the tens. 63. So, whoops. 20, 40, 50, 61, 2, 3, 63 coming out of dining out. This was just kind of random stuff. Mostly when I was moving, I still had to go into the office some days, and I didn't have time to, well, that's a lie. I probably did have time. I didn't have the energy to like meal prep those days, so I ended up eating out quite a bit. I think there was one day I ate out pretty much every meal, which is so bad. But, you know, it happens once in a while, and it's okay. As long as it's budgeted for and I have the money. So $121 left in dining out, which is correct. All right, coffee is $50. I reloaded my Starbucks app a couple times. So let's see. Let's take some of these lower denominations. Let's see, what do we have? 10, 25, 35, 45. Nope. Okay. Let's see. I don't think that's right. Okay, I think this will be 50, but let's see. 20, 35, 45, 50. Yep. So 50 coming out of coffee. So that should leave us with 17, 15, 16, 17, correct. I did see a cute little coffee shop nearby that I definitely want to try out. When I saw it, it was raining And so it did not go in, but it's not too far away. So I definitely want to try that out, try something local. All right, gas and charging, we're taking out 56. So let's do 60. We'll do the 5s. So we'll do 60. We do 4 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 56. So that should leave us with 44. 20, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 44. Okay. So let's see, that is done. We'll come back to durables. Still don't have the ones. So now we'll go into some of my longer term sinking funds that I used in the month of December. All right, so we are gonna go in here. Went to Disney. I used some cash for parking, but I spent $5.92. So we're gonna take out $6 that I did on my card. So I'm gonna do 6 there. 119 minus 6. That should leave us 133. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 30, 1, 2, 3, 133. I was supposed to go back to Disney, but I just did not have time with moving. So that was a bummer. I didn't get to go. But that is all right. I will go again at some point, I'm sure. So that's done. All right, holidays. Nothing, really? Okay. Christmas. Okay, so Christmas, we had a fully funded placeholder for $300. I spent $172. I did take out another $100 in January in cash, so I'm gonna have to adjust this. But for now, we're just gonna do the $172. So 300 minus 172. So I need to put in here 128, and we will take this $300 placeholder. Put in 128. So I'm just gonna put a 100, 25, 26, 27, 28. And then when I do my unstuffing in January, because I took the $100 in cash out of at the ATM, because I knew there wasn't cash in here because of the placeholder. So I just will have to replenish it, basically. Kind of the same as if I had used my card. That's all right. So minus, what did we just take out? 172. And it leaves us with 128. So 125, 26, 27, 28. Perfect. So that might be a little confusing, but hopefully that made sense. Speaking of Christmas, let me know how your Christmas was, if you celebrate, what you did, kind of what are your traditions for Christmas? I would love to know. All right, so I'm gonna say Christmas, I'm gonna say minus 300 in placeholders because we put cash back. Black Friday is the same situation. It was fully funded at 300 and we used $65. So we need it to be 235. I think, do I want to do the hundreds? We'll do the hundreds for now. So 2, 20, 30, and 5. So 235, and we're going to take out the fully funded. I'll also put that on here, Black Friday. That was all I spent on Black Friday, so I feel like that was pretty good. I just bought 2 pairs of jeans. That was it. And oh, and some pajamas. So yeah, it's pretty much fully funded for next year almost still. We'll get it back to 300 and then just let it roll. So 1, 2, 20, 35. I need to do the tracker. 65 is 235. Perfect. I probably won't like add any to this for a while just because it's pretty, you know, pretty close to being full. There's other things I can add money to. Maybe I'll do like, I don't know, $5 a week until it gets back to 300. I don't know. All right, MVC, we're taking out 835. So I'm gonna do the 40 and the $1,000 placeholder. So I'm gonna mark my notes here. MVC, we're taking out $1,000 placeholder. We're gonna put placeholders back though. So we're taking out 1,040 and it was 835. So we're gonna put back 205. So there and there. Take a 5 from here. Is that a nice 5? And I don't have any or enough 100 placeholders here, so I'm gonna grab 2 100 placeholders and I will be right back. All right, so we've got 205 going back. And so let's see, we started out with 1162 minus the 835. So we should have 327 left in here. 119. So we've got 200 still in the bank. 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, 25, 26, 27. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do is say plus 200. So essentially we took out 800 in placeholders, just in different physical holders. Perfect. That is done, so that'll be good to get back in and transferred over. All right, the other one I spent a lot on is my moving expenses. So let's go. We're gonna go into my savings challenge binder because I saved for my moving expenses with my monthly savings challenge. So with this challenge, I saved $200 a month. And so that was $2,400, which is right here. So 2,200 in placeholders and then 200 in cash is 2,400. I spent $1,844 on moving. So that is my movers, that's boxes, that's food for people. I bought some like donuts and stuff for the movers, waters, packing supplies, just that kind of stuff. So it was $1,844. So like I said, we had 2,400 minus 1,844, which leaves 556. However, so with this 556 that's left, I want to move 500 of it over to my durables envelope because I've started the monthly savings challenge again. So I want to keep that separate for this year. So you can see there's $50 in there for this year so far. So I'm going to take all this 2,400 out and 500 is going to go to my durables. I'm trying to think how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 53, 54. And then the 56.43, I'm going to put into my account because I'll transfer all of this over. Basically, 1844. Wait, does that make sense? No. Use this 100. not sure how to explain this, but it makes sense in my head. So all this cash is going to go to the bank. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 500 is going to move over to my durables. I'm going to set that to the side. This 2,000 minus the 100, so it's really 1,900, is going back into my account to replenish this, which leaves the like $56, which I'm going to put into my account because there's something that I have pending still for moving expenses, and I'm trying to find the receipt for it. It came out on my card, and I made a note that it was for moving, but I don't think all of it was for moving, so I'm trying to find the receipt before I figure that out. And so I'm just gonna put that 56 in my account for now. So I'm gonna say 56 checking account for moving. And then that way, once I figure it out, I can just take it out of that 56, and then I don't think there'll be much left. So hopefully that makes sense. So that 2,000 is going back here. This 500 we're gonna reallocate. So let me pull up my durables envelope. That is in variable expenses. All right, so into durables, we're gonna say 500. All right, so that'd be 915. I know we still need to remove some money from it, but let's do one thing at a time. All right, so that should be, so let's just make sure this is 915. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 in the bank. 6, 57, 58, 50, 70, 90, 900. Nope. Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 700, 800. So 800, 800, 50, 70, 80, 90, 900, 5, 10, 15. Okay, 915, perfect. So that is household durables at 915 with moving over this $500 for leftover moving, or it was left over from what I saved for moving, so it's money that I didn't spend, which is great. Then on here, moving, so it was 2,000, but then minus 100, so it was 1,900. Okay, so that's everything except for durables. We have no ones. Cool. All right, so we might just leave durables as is for now. Trying to think, where do I have some ones that we can swap a 5? Let's grab a 5 and see if we can swap it out anywhere. Ooh, you know what? I know where I have some ones. Let's put this to the side. I know in my mini savings challenge, I've got some ones. Yes, plenty of ones. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 ones just to make change. So this 5 is here. All right, now we'll pull durables back over, and we're taking out $391 from up here, which will be mostly placeholders. So I'm going to take out these 3 because they don't match. 3, well, I should do cash, right? 52. All right, that's what we'll do. So do 1, 2, 3. Let's see, is there 90 here? 50, 70, yeah, okay. So 3, 50, 70, 80, 95. Let me just count that and make sure this is 395. So 1, 52, 53, 50, 70, 80, 95. So 395 coming out. I know that was probably really confusing. So apologies for that. And we'll put 4 ones back in. So these 4. It's 391. So 915 minus 391 is 524. All right. Yes. All right. So we should have 524 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, we're off 5. Why are we off 5? Okay, somehow I am missing 5. So I'm gonna grab the 5. And luckily we're at the end. So double count the cash and hopefully I'll be correct. So this should be 524, 24, okay? Left in durables and I think I just took 1 placeholder. All right, I definitely messed that up. That's okay. We'll figure it out. If I don't figure it out now, we'll figure it out in editing. So that's all right. So let me quickly add up what this cash is supposed to be based on these amounts over here. Roll this over. Oops, let me mark this off. Actually took 395. All right. So let's see. So it should be 47.46. And let's see what we have. I'll go to placeholders last. Let's start with the cash. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 50. $20, $40, $60, $81, $20, $40, $60, $82, $20, $40, $60, $80. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $91, $10. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45. And 1. So that's $9.86 in cash. And what do we have in placeholders? We've got, this was 600, 2,000, 3,000, 3,700. What did I say? 3,700 placeholders. I know what I messed up. This 500 I didn't take out in cash. This went to just another binder, so I shouldn't have counted that in this total. So 47.46 minus the 500 should equal 42.46. Which, and I messed up here. This is 3,500. Okay, so we had 9.86 in cash plus the 3,500 in placeholders from here, which equals 4,486. We take the 240 that we started with, 42.46, which is 42.46. So that is correct. So 42.46. That's correct. All right, perfect. So now that we've got that, we've got some cash, we can do some condensing, and this, whatever's left will go back to the bank, but I'd rather take back lower or like smaller bills or like grosser bills to the bank and keep the nice ones and the large ones. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm thinking, let's start out actually with my savings challenges. So we've got 50 there. Let's see, the 2026 just has 10. The 1K, ooh, actually, I want to put some placeholders in here. No, just kidding. Nothing to do there. Maybe it's in the 2,500. Yeah, we could put some placeholders in here. So let's see, we've already got some placeholders. What do we got? So 51, I'm gonna do another Post-it. So this is from the $2,500 challenge. So any of these placeholders that I put in now, this cash I will put into my high yield savings account for it to start earning some money, some interest. So we've got 51, let's do this, 150, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 50. No, 120. So let's just do, I'm just confusing myself. 51, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. And let's leave that, and we'll take these two 20s, or two 10s. Okay, take the 5s. All right, so this should be 200. 51, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 200. So we will put $200 in placeholders in here, and this cash will go back to the bank to start earning interest. So let me just make a note. for this challenge, we're putting in 200. I'm making out high yield savings. So we've got 3 100s over here. Oh, we've got more than that. We've got 4 100s. So I'm going to grab a $500 placeholder. Hopefully. All right, so that was 200, and then I will take these 3 and replace it with a 5. So we'll condense the bills as well as the placeholders. So we've got 600, 50, 70, 80, 680. Pretty good. All right. Got 2. I think it's good. The mini I'm not going to condense just because I'm going to finish that next week, and then that will just go to the bank and then towards my student loan payment. All right, let's go back to my wallet. I don't think there's really much in here to do. Yeah, I think we'll just leave this as is. Got variable expenses. Consumables is pretty much done. Durables. I think there was something we could do here. So we've got 100, 2, 3, 4, 500 in placeholder. So I'm going to do another $500 placeholder instead of having all these individual ones. All right, and then we've still got 20. 4. Perfect. That just makes the envelope a little thinner. Clothing, there's not much there. Fun, there's not much there. I think these ones are good. That's probably good. Self-care feels a little thick, but that's just because there's ones. Okay, that's it for that binder. Probably not too much to condense, just because we took out so much cash from spending. Annual subscriptions, anything? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. So for annual subs, let's do 20, 40, let's see. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And we will replace that with a placeholder for annual subs. All right, so that still leaves us with 760, or yeah, 761, 5, 6, 7, 50, 61. Yes, 761. All right, car insurance. Honestly, I might just leave this because this is due at the end of the month. So it's going to come out anyway. So I'm just going to leave this. Let's see, car registration. I've got some stuff we could do here. Let's see. I think we can do a $100 bill. Let's see, 122. So this should be 100. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, 100. Perfect. Love that. Get rid of all these bills and replace it with one placeholder. Do this one. What was this? Car registration. It's not due till November, so something like that. I am more than happy to put into my high yield savings account to earn me some money over the next few months. trips, and there's not really much there. 20, 30, 40, 50. I guess I could do 50. 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And work trips. 53. Maybe we could do a 10. Not much, but something, I guess. Okay, and that's already done. All right. I think this is the last binder, which I don't think there's gonna be much to do in here either. I think. Let's do, I don't want to do a $100 bill for Disney, but I will do a 50. I'm fine with that. So 120, 133. Yes. I think I'm gonna leave holidays as it is. Christmas, yeah, we just did that one, so that one's fine. Black Friday, I was thinking, should I put these 200, I think, into the bank? Because Black Friday's so far away. So these 200s I will replace with two $100 placeholders. And that still leaves $235 for Black Friday. Again, I'd rather it sit in the bank and earn some money. That's already good. Oh, let's do 100 here too. Yeah. 20, 40, 60, 81, 100. This is 100. So we've got 327, yes. Medical's already good. Home sweet home's good. Okay, so that is all of the condensing. So let's go through and add up the cash and see how much we're taking back total. So we got 200. I think the rest of this is placeholders. Yes. Okay. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 50. And 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40. And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15. Okay. And 15. And 1. So 1686 is what we are taking back in cash. So 1686. Yep, which is correct because we added $700 in placeholders. And if we subtract 700, we get back to 986. So that is correct. So 1686 in cash is going back, and then whatever's the placeholder amount is. I will be transferring from my high yield savings over to my checking and vice versa as needed. But that should be it. So that was fun. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. I had a lot to do this month, so it might have been a little confusing, but hopefully not too bad. I'm trying to do my January unstuffing soon because today's the 19th, so it's like mid-month. So I'd like to unstuff my January expenses as well pretty soon. So that way next time, you know, I don't have as much to do all at once and it's not as confusing. But let's take out this cash and take a look. It always is so pretty with all the colors. So it's not a huge chunk like some people have, but I think it looks pretty still. So all this cash is going back to the bank. It's crazy to think that like all this cash is sitting in here because like you don't think about it on, you know, like a daily basis. It just kind of adds up over time. So yeah, that's cool. Good to see, but I spent it all. So, well, not all of it, I guess, right? Some of it's going back to savings. So that's good. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.